What's going on, Facebook family and YouTube? It's your humble driver once again, and I got a very special treat for us today. We're having a conversation with Ian, who is a 2.5-year Uber driver in Melbourne. Very, very experienced. He makes probably about, I want to say 10 times, but probably about maybe 2 or 3 times more than me, and drives 7 days. I kid you not, he is a gun. All right, we're currently in his car. Say hi to Ian. What's going on?
Hello, YouTube land.
This is a beautiful car, by the way. I love the leather seats. It's high. I feel like lifted up already just sitting on there.
And it's naturally high. It's not high from the other stuff.
That's it. So we're gonna have a conversation. I reached out to Ian. We're both part of the first Melbourne Uber driver group on Facebook. And the same few 5, 6, 7 people keep posting, and I was like, you know what, Ian's fantastic. I'm gonna have to chat with him. So reached out to him, and he's kind enough to have us here in his car. We're gonna do a basically short videos between 3 and 10 minutes, and we're just gonna have a conversation and just spitball about Uber. Ian, well, basically. Oh, by the way, Ian is a family man. I can tell that you and your wife are in love because you guys have the same smile in your profile picture.
Well, she's got a nicer smile.
Oh, it's the same smile. It's like photo psychology. You guys are so in love. I can tell.
Smile of happiness.
Yeah. All right. So, basic questions first, I guess. What got you into Uber to begin with, and what did you do before?
Okay, so what I did before, it's what haven't I done before, I suppose. I owned my own cab back in the 1980s for 9-10 years, and then I got rid of that. Then I did courier work. Then I hated that with a passion, just quietly. Then I had a business for about 15 years where I employed 20, 25 people in contract packaging, labelling, filling of products for people. Had to get out of that because sadly the Chinese, if I'm allowed to say that.
You're allowed to say that.
Started to do it from China for cheaper than I could, including the shipping to Australia.
I apologize on behalf of my dad. He does packaging.
No.
But he imports from Malaysia.
Okay,
and sometimes Shanghai.
That's okay. That wasn't competition. But it was what it was. People do things cheaply or look for the best price. So the trick is to get out of your business while it's worth something.
That's it.
And read the writing on the wall.
So what appeals to you about, like, okay, I have to first say, like, we had this kind of brief hello conversation before. Uber is such a beautiful platform because it gives us opportunities to so many people. I've met all walks of life, from a small number of taxi drivers, which is slowly increasing, retirees to students, entrepreneurs, and people like myself. It saved, in the US, it saved a lot of musicians, actors, and artists. Myself being an actor, this is an amazing opportunity and platform. What got you into it?
I got into it. It was either get into it or go hungry. I was working for somebody prior to this, but I lost my job for whatever reason, and I didn't want to go on the dole or go through Centrelink because I think that's for lazy people. There's something out there if you look hard enough.
Yeah. Wow.
So Uber was around. Now at my age, it would have been very hard to get a job. At the time I lost my job, I was almost 60. I'm now 62. And I haven't looked back. I got my accountant to look into it.
Yep.
And he said, give it a go. Everyone else he knows that's doing it, or he looked at, said they were doing okay. After I did my first 3 months and the BAS came through, my accountant said to me, shit, I'm in the wrong job.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's a testimony right there.
Yeah. So
wow.
Look, the number of people I've picked up who do Uber, picked up as passengers but drive Uber as well, some of them are professional people, accountants.
Yeah.
Now, if they're doing it, something's going right. All right? But that was 2.5 years ago, okay?
Yeah.
Times have changed a little bit.
Referral bonuses have gone down from...
There's a lot more competition with drivers now.
A lot more drivers.
Personally, I think there's too many drivers, but Uber's not going to cap that.
What was the estimate that... Was it Theo posted just recently? It was like 10,000 drivers?
It's tens of thousands registered in Australia.
Amazing.
So I don't know how many in Melbourne, but there's a lot.
A good number, yeah.
There's a good number, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it is, though. Like, people all heard about it. Like, literally a year ago, I was talking to arguably she had a 4.95. She's among her circles, and I believe her. She's like she went to a wedding, and they're like, the brother's like, do you know that you're sitting next to the #1 Uber driver in Victoria? Sydney head office actually called her to do a commercial, but I don't think she's too TV friendly. She's lovely, by the way. She's lovely. Shamarin's her name, and she's fantastic. But she's been driving. She was a corporate. She worked corporate. She did HR. And she switched to this, and she doesn't look back. She loves this. It's a full-time job for her.
Well, people do love it. It's flexible. You work your own hours. Look, people say to me, "Do you love your job?" And I say, "Love's a very extreme word for employment, but I really, really enjoy it."
Yeah.
But the love for me is meeting the passengers. It's a great sociological experiment. I don't know, but it's fun. I love meeting people. That's the cream for me on this job.
That's it. I agree. I got stories. I met some amazing people last night as well. It's you get paid to drive around and talk to people. That's it. Like
you get paid to schmooze, basically.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think I tell people when they start to unload on me. I mean, I'm a complete stranger. They said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Sure." I went to the Uber School of Psychology. I said, "Lie down and I'll take notes." And at the end, I'll write you a script. The number of people that unload on you, their problems or their love lives or
you play
whatever,
therapist, yeah.
It's like, wow, I'm your psychologist for the next 40 minutes or 20 minutes. And I really enjoy it. I love that.
You know what's really interesting? I think different people get different experiences. I don't understand why there's there's a good percentage of people, and I worry that they're the ones who are from taxi industry and are switching over to Uber, right?
Who don't talk.
Who don't talk. And there's so many times where a passenger will come in and I'm talking with them and they're like, wow, you're like the best Uber driver just because you talk. Because most of their Uber drivers don't talk to them.
Well, people like to talk as well. Now, if they don't want to talk, you can gauge that. Hi, good morning, how are you? Not bad. And they start reading, well, not the newspaper these days, their phones.
Their phones.
They think, okay, I'll put my Spotify on, we'll just listen to the music.
That's it. The one-word answers, that's when you know,
you gauge it.
Yep,
you gauge
they don't want to talk.
So,
yeah.
But I love it. I really do love that part of it. It is so good, whether it's morning or night.
Yeah.
Now, I've had some beauties too. I've had, in my 15,000 trips, I've only ever kicked out one person.
That's an achievement. I find a similar thing where I believe I'm a very positive guy in general. So people ask me, oh, do you get like weird people or like assholes or what? I get none of those. I get none of those.
I get that question all the time, and I answer them. I say to them, "Do you mean apart from yourself?"
Oh, you're a comedian though. You can get away with that.
You know, you got to know who you can say it to.
Yeah, you got to know your audience.
Yeah.
I fear if I say that, they'll think I'm an actual asshole saying that they're an asshole. But
yeah,
okay,
they'll get to know that within due course. Yeah.
It's interesting because you're an older, if I may say, I don't want to get racial on this and stuff, but you're an older Anglo-Saxon person. They straight away kind of color you as like, could be a older dad figure, therapist. I'm a young Asian American fellow, and I get very kind of different responses. I talk about life and I talk about goals. That's I'm a why guy. I love Tony Robbins, and I ask, what's your goal for 2018 and questions like that. But I get a number of people who like literally I've had just a couple days ago, I had a car full of girls. They're all, I think they're like 19, 20. 4 of them come in and they were just like, oh my god, you're American? Oh, and literally like, you're the best Uber driver we've ever had. Oh, you should come out with us. And I'm just having a whole different, I'm like, wait a second. Like,
let me tell you about the 4 girls I had. Remember, I'm probably old enough to be their dads or grandfather.
You got the same 4 girls?
I doubt it. I picked up from Revolver nightclub.
Oh dear.
Part of the graduating class, or should I say inmates.
Yep.
They get in and we start driving off. Now remember, alcohol makes your lips a bit looser.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving along and you may or may not want to edit this, but we'll see. There's no rude words.
No rude words.
Okay. And the four of them, there's one girl there sitting where you are, Chris, and three in the back. And we're driving along, and then all of a sudden they start talking about their boyfriends and
therapy session
their
again.
sexual experiences, how they get turned on, what makes them hot.
See, I don't get that because I'm a young guy.
So I started looking in the mirror to see if I was visible or invisible.
Yeah.
I started slapping myself on the face. I said, and I'm thinking, hello, can you not see me? And I'm thinking I'm old enough to be their grandfather or father.
That's it. You're out of the range of a viable candidate, so that they start talking about these things. I don't get that.
To me being here. But one thing came out of that. I learned a few new things that trip.
Goodness gracious.
Too old to put them into practice. But it was a fascinating trip. I've had a few recently.
We're coming up to 11 minutes. We're going to stop right here. But do you want me to show you my car? I'm going to show you my car, all right? All right, we'll jump into my car and then we'll continue with this.
Okay.